Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have just witnessed the worst TNA pay-per-view I have ever seen. This was absolutely just piss-ass poor. Just the worst TNA pay-per-view I've ever seen. Quite possibly one of the worst pay-per-views I've seen in the last 10 years. But for sure, the worst TNA pay-per-view I've ever seen. Worse than Hardcore Justice 2010. Just worse. Just the worst TNA show I've ever seen. It was so bad. A lot of times with TNA pay-per-views, one thing sets it apart. It either, there's always that one good match, or there's always, something that's you're gonna enjoy, at least an inkling. Not at all here. Did not enjoy one damn thing on this whole show. It was that bad. The booking for every match, for all 9 matches, might I add, which was already the first problem, having 9 matches. Every booking for every one of these matches was horrible. Was absolutely horrible. But before I get into the card here and really lay it out for you guys and explain why I think it's the worst pay-per-view ever, for TNA at least, I want to do two little shout-outs here. All of today was not bad. Dragon Gate had a pay-per-view today, Freedom Fight, and Chikara had a pay-per-view today, High Noon. I saw High Noon. It was a great show. But I want to do the shout-out here for Eddie Kingston, won the Grand Championship. So happy to see that. When they started the 12 Large Summit many months ago, that was my pick, who I thought was going to win. He won it here. I'm a huge fan. Glad to see he won a major indie title here. He deserved it. And the next big shout-out here is for Johnny Gargano, who I'm also a huge fan of, actually, and winning the Freedom Gate title, Freedom Fight, which is absolutely great. I didn't get to see, but hopefully I'll try to catch it here sometime, maybe on a replay or something like that. I hear it's a good show. So, the funny thing about this is, for you TNA fans out there who paid $40 for this horrible, just shitty pay-per-view, you could have paid for both of these Dragon Gate and Chikara pay-per-views and spent $10 less. And these shows were better, bar none. So here's what I want to do. I'm going to get into this card here. I'm going to explain to you guys why this is the shittiest pay-per-view I've seen all this year. It was just absolutely just friggin' ass horrible. Alright. Start the show with Eric Young, Robbie E. Fun, lighthearted little match here, little comedy stuff. Figuring Eric Young would win, retain it, and that would be it. Out of nowhere, Eric Young falls off the top rope, and Robbie E pins him and wins the TV title. Horrible. What was the point? There's really nothing more I can say about it. The ending was horrible. Robbie shouldn't have won that match. There's no reason for it. The match itself was fun, lighthearted, but still, it wasn't great at all, and the booking was bad. Next was Mexican America versus Inc. with Toxine. This wasn't horrible either, but like I said, the quality of these matches, oh yeah, it was horrible. This match and the last match were just horrible. I'm trying to find an excuse to why these shows, these matches or anything on the show was good, but nothing was good on this show at all. Everything on the show was horrible, quality-wise, booking-wise, everything. Mexican America retained. Why? They're doing nothing. They're doing absolutely nothing. The TNA's tag division is horrible. It's so bad. Beer Money's gone, Machine Gun's not there. It's bad. There's no reason for them to have, continue to keep the titles. And then at the end, Anarchy getting de-pantsed, almost seeing full frontal on his junk. Come on, TNA, man. That was unneeded. Horrible ending. It was so poorly booked. Just bad. Next was a promo with Austin Aries and Kid Cash. Just want to mention the promos on this show were absolutely terrible, too. The only one that was worth a damn was Robert Roode's promo that he cut before his match and then went out there and had that shit fest he had. But Had cut a promo here with Kid Cash. It wasn't very good at all. Aries, being Aries, doing the stuff that he always does, that was great. But nothing great here. And they had the triple threat: Aries, Kid Cash, and Sorensen. The same, over and over and over and over triple threat. The same heel, face triple threat. You have your smart heel, you have your dumb heel, and then you have your face. You have your smart heel, get your dumb heel to work with you, and then somewhere down the line, the smart heel turns on the stupid heel and wins. That is how all those triple threats are always booked. Always. It was so predictable, so boring. I mean, Sorensen looked good for what he did. Kid Cash should not be there anymore. I can't stand him. Aries, did his thing, but this was just bad. This wasn't that great at all. The booking was horrible at the end and everything. Next was RVD and Daniels. This match was not bad. It was one of the better matches, and that's saying something because of how bad this was. But Rob Van Dam versus Christopher Daniels, the thing that made this bad was Rob Van Dam went over. Why does Rob Van Dam need to go over on Christopher Daniels? Why? He's not doing anything. Christopher Daniels is a heel. He's the one that needs to get over and do something. I literally have no faith, none whatsoever. I said it in my review when we did with J-Man with the IWR show, which should be up by now. I have no faith in TNA using the originals. Joe, Daniels, AJ. No, none of these guys, the original guys. I mean, yeah, you got Storm and Rude doing their thing now. But the rest of your guys, you have one of the most talented rosters in the planet, and you give this shit for money. It's so bad. The match, like I said, wasn't horrible. This was one of those matches that wasn't horrible. But the ending, the booking for this ending shouldn't have been like that. There's no reason for Rob Van Dam just to win matches. He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. Was he feuding with Christopher Daniels? I mean, they're feuding, but there's no reason for Rob Van Dam to go over here because the feud's dead. The feud's dead. There's no reason, and if they have another match, there's no reason. It's stupid. It's so bad. The next is Crimson versus Morgan. Wow, this was horrible. This was horribly booked. Christopher Daniels, anybody can get over on Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe, but neither Morgan or Crimson can pin each other, okay? Neither guy can pin each other, okay? So they have to DQ the match and then fake punch each other for a minute and a half. That's the end of this match. This left me with such a sour taste in my mouth. I said if this was anything good whatsoever, I would be shocked. And I'm not shocked because it was bad. The ending was bad. It was booked bad. Everything about that whole match was bad. These guys don't work good together at all. Horrible. Abyss and Anderson versus Steiner and Bully Ray. The reason for this being on the show, no reason. It's an Impact match. They threw it on here because they needed to get these guys on the pay-per-view. Just that's that for buys or whatever reason. This was horrible. This is how bad this pay-per-view was. The only time there was any marking out was for Scott Steiner. For him, the crowd wanting him to do a Frankensteiner. That's how friggin' ass retarded that this crowd was. That they are so deluded that they don't even realize what good TNA is anymore. That they just take what's given to them. The crowd was bad. I mean, nothing personal against any of you, but the crowd was bad. You guys are not smart fans at all. I mean, that's just me being honest. And I don't want to be a-hole, but that's just me being honest. So, that match was crap. And then afterwards, Abyss goes through a table, no-sells it. He hadn't done anything in 4 months for whatever reason. Now he's a monster. He's a beast. And you want us to believe that he can just be a beast. Whatever. Velvet Sky versus Gail Kim. What is the point of this? I know it's the big FU to WWE for messing up and not using Gail Kim, but Velvet is your Kelly Kelly. You get views when Velvet Sky's on your television. Okay, you take the title away from her a month after she won it, after she deserved it so much. Now you have 2 titles on Gail. Now I'm nothing against Gail. I think she's a great wrestler, but There's no reason for that. Velvet should have held on to that title longer. The booking for this was bad. The match itself was bad. Shenanigans everywhere. This was horrible. This was just bad. Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Jarrett. This is probably, I mean, there's a lot of bad matches that have gone on in TNA this year, but this might be the worst booked match I've seen all year. That's how bad this match is. I mean, like, it's bad, guys. It really was. You know, Jeff Hardy gets the pin on him within like 5 seconds. Then Jeff Jarrett starts the match over. Have a 5-minute match. Jeff Hardy wins again. Jeff Hardy's taken off. Then Jeff Jarrett hits him with a chair and says, "No, this match ain't over. We're gonna have another match." They have 3 matches. 1, 2, 3, 3. And then Jeff Hardy gets hit in the head with a chair. Full blown hit in the head with a chair. Goes in, Jarrett's gonna pin him, and then Jeff Hardy rolls him over and pins him and gets 3 again. It was bad. I wouldn't even give this match a rating. That's how bad it was. It's so bad. Not to mention, Jeff Hardy came out in just the stupidest mask I've ever seen in my life. You know, I laughed so hard. When he walked out. It looked so ridiculous. Oh, man, it's bad. Now, this next match I didn't get to talk about in the review because we were ranting so long and talking about how bad this was that we had to get cut off because we only had 15 minutes. And that was AJ versus Rude. You know, best match on the show. The match quality was not that bad. You know, AJ with a bum ankle, doing what he can. You could tell that he was moving gingerly through certain spots, but for the most part, this was not bad. But the ending, the booking for this was bad. You want to make Rude look credible, you're going to have him roll up AJ and just hold his tights, and it just ended like that. Just a sour way to end the pay-per-view that was already horrible to begin with. The booking, like I said, every match. This was, like I said, the worst TNA pay-per-view I've ever seen. Ever. Like, you know, if you've seen this pay-per-view, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm not just saying that because I'm a hater. I'm hating on TNA. I'm not a TNA hater. I cover TNA for Sunset Flip on Facebook. Impact. I cover it. You know, and seeing this just makes me question that. Even covering it anymore. You know, that's how bad it was. So, you know, I just want to do this video, guys. This rant, this was so, I could not think of anything other than how bad this was. It ruined such a great day for wrestling, to me personally. You think when you have 2 other companies like Chikara and Dragon Gate USA doing pay-per-views on the same day as you think you might pull out a couple stops here instead of other fans going out and buying these pay-per-views, you know, and having a good TNA pay-per-view. You know, people who switched over and picked a Chikara show today over a TNA show or a Dragon Gate USA show over a TNA show and realized how much better it was than the TNA pay-per-view will not come back to your product. Not at all. You know what I mean? I'm a worldwide wrestling fan. I cover everything. But this is in the, 15 some odd years I've been watching wrestling, covering wrestling. You know, this is one of the worst pay-per-views I've ever seen. You know, it's just from a booking standpoint, from a quality of match standpoint, the atmosphere, the crowd was horrible. Everything about this just smelt of abortion as soon as it started. That's how bad it is. You know what I mean? So I just want to do this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. If you agree, like I said, I'm not trying to hate on TNA. You know, like I said, I liked their product, but I like their didn't really like their product. I just like their talent. You know what I mean? And this is just really maybe a last straw for me, guys. It's really hard to say, but like I said, I'm the mad scientist. Peace, guys. Leave me some comments. Let me know what you guys think, and I'm out.